Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I hope you're having a great day. I know that I am. I should say right off the top that the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, big giant thank you and hello to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Like to say thank you to my moderators for holding down the comment section, doing the wonderful job that you do. I could not and would not do this without you. So once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Today, we're going to have quite an interesting conversation. Well, I think all the conversations are interesting if you ask me. But today, we're specifically going to be talking about that of gospel R&B singer Kelly Price and something that she said, basically an admonishment to Black women. Now, specifically, Black women who have been bullying her, for lack of better words, and we'll get into all of that. But her words were very scathing, to say the least. But in the meantime, let's see who's on here. Brother Reggie, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Diane, what is going on with you? Brother Ernest, hope you're having a great day. William, how are you? Brother Don, my triple OG moderator, hope you're doing well today. Chalk Chick, what's going on with you? Long time no see. Vanessa in the building and Gloria. So we'll just give everybody else another moment to come on before we go ahead and get started. I'm going to try my best to make it to the gym afterwards. My daughter's like, okay, we could go, but we got to be back here before 7 because she has something to do. So we're trying to stay consistent with going to the gym, and all of that. So it's a long story. Anyway, Dr. J.H. Iron, how you doing? Sister Shirley, hope you're doing well. Brother Reddy says, speaking of gospel, when did the choir stop wearing choir robes? Oh, that's a long story too, but they should start wearing choir robes again, huh? I mean, I haven't been to church in a long time, but when I see like church online and stuff, I see them wearing like blue jeans and, just stuff that's not a robe. And that's one of the first things that I think about, like, why aren't they wearing a robe? Because sometimes Sister So-and-so or Brother, Johnson, if you know what I mean, you kind of see things you ain't supposed to be seeing up there swinging and swaying around. So, put on a choir robe. But good question. Anyway, Bobby Wright, how you doing? Says, I heard Kelly Price is the pot calling kettle black. Yes, it's all of that. We're gonna get into all of that. Patience of the Saints, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. MC Factor early. Thank you for starting telling everybody to hit the likes and stuff. I had to give you a wrench, a moderator wrench. Sandra, how you doing? Buckhorse in the building. Herschel, how you doing? Beverly White and Al B. Chill. Okay, I tap dance long enough. I think we can get started. So anyway, right, there's so many things going on in the world, and I was like, what am I going to talk about today? So I kept seeing this particular video that I'm going to show you trending. I said, well, I guess that's it. Now, I should say, for those who do not know who Kelly Price is, I think she started off singing gospel. Then she transitioned over to R&B. She most notably sang, and I think maybe she still does every once in a while, background for Mariah Carey. I think she sang for George Michael. I think that's where she started off at, right? And she also worked with R. Kelly. I think that's kind of where most of us got to know her, right? When she was working with R. Kelly and Ron Isley. They had a couple hit records in the early 2000s and things like that. Now, she's also been on a show called R&B Divas. And to somebody else's point, it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black. I've never seen the show, but I've heard of, some of the shenanigans that went on the show, as with most reality shows, right? I think I've ever heard of anybody really on those shows behaving well, as it's reality, right? And so they got to sometimes act a fool to keep getting invited back, because they're not going to have people on there that's like, well, I just want to sit here and look cute and act like I got some sense, right? They want women, especially our women, acting like donkeys, throwing plates and chairs and cussing each other out and snatching each other's wigs off on TV, right? Because it's great ratings, I guess. Anyway, so yes, Tracy, I see a comment. How you doing? A lot of people are saying that she's hypocritical, but I'm going to play y'all the video, and then I'm going to get into why she said what she said. So Mars Dreams, how you doing? Here we go.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Before I was saved, I was a black girl born and raised on the south side of Jamaica. So let's make that abundantly clear. Okay? That's number one. Number two, to you women activists out here, you DEI hires who can ready to lose your job, if you haven't lost it already, because guess what? I haven't lost mine. And I'm not going to lose it. Because while you fighting for somebody in another culture to get your job, God gave me my voice. And yes, I'm letting you have it right now because ain't nothing you can do about that. And while you looking for a new job, I'm still going to be selling out theaters and venues looking like a fat slob in clothes that you said that I look nasty in. And my feet are so damn big. And who dressed me? I'm still going to be making my money. I don't even do this. But I'm so sick of black people and their bull. I'm saying what I want to say. If you got a problem with what I'm saying and you know, Lord, pray for me because I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid ass into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said.
Well, let the church say amen. All right, so we remove Miss Price. So of course y'all heard she was not very happy. Now, the pictures that I had up next to her videos, that's I guess what she was wearing at a concert. And under her comment section somewhere where the maybe she posted it, she was singing. She still sounds really good, right? Sounds like there was a lot of sisters in there talking about how she looked, calling her slob, her feet are too big, because y'all saw she had the tennis shoes on and, you know, all of that. Now, if you don't know anything about Kelly Price, she was really, 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 really heavy set, right? And she lost a bunch of weight and things like that. And, you know, she's still a lot smaller even now than she used to be. And so I guess it was so bad to where they even said that she had to turn off the comment section. So again, and she also admonished black men because I guess they were under there as well. But she really had a lot to say about black women. Of course, she said that they are black women, I should say, DEI hires, right? And that they are fighting another culture. So I don't know if it's white women, Asians, Mexicans, whoever. They're fighting another culture for DEI jobs, right? And so she's saying too that she gonna be all right. She has a career, she always has, or whatever the case is. But she got some things off her chest by saying that black women are some of the most disrespectful people on earth, right? Those were her words. And so, of course, again, I know all of the criticism people have for her. I don't follow Kelly Price like that. I know she came up missing not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, and they found her apparently. But speaking of which, she said, y'all need to go find yourself, right? Guess find something to do, basically stop bullying people. And so for me, I feel like this is an important conversation to have. As I said, I'm a black woman. And I've been that for 54 years. So I feel like I have some sort of a resume to speak on black women, good, bad, indifferent, and whatever, right? And I always say this, and I want to say this too. This is not an indictment of black women, but I just want to address what she said in this hour that we're here. I often say no one hates a black woman more than a black woman. And I'm a black woman saying that. Because I will say really for me, ever since I kind of realized that I was a black woman, I've experienced a lot of things in life coming from black women. Now, of course, I won't go into all of them, but a lot of them were very eye-opening. You know, even being on here, right? There's occasionally people, but it's not just black women, it's everybody, right? They'll say something about me. I'm ugly, my hair, you know, all kind of stuff. But it is a little bit more disappointing when it comes from black women, right? Because of course, and I'm gonna get into the comment section. Of course, we always run around quoting that of Malcolm X, right? The black woman is the most disrespected, unprotected, and you know, all this other stuff. But as I always say too, we never talk about the disrespecting that we do of each other. And I think it was Shahrazad Ali or Ayala Van Zant. One of them said, you know, Black women, or maybe it was Dr. Ava Muhammad, basically says that the tongue of a Black woman is whoo, there's no match, right? and there's no match for our mouth, right? Also in the comment section, we've all seen it. Again, we've seen it from everybody, but it's something about how that sister cut you up, right? Cut you from here to there and everywhere. And sometimes it's deserved, right? Depending on what the situation is. But then to Kelly Price's point, I'm singing. There's a video of me singing, and there's all this vitriol in the comment section from Black women, most notably, right? That's talking about how she's looking, her clothes, and she's a slob. And it's like, why? Like, if I don't like something, I just scroll. If I don't think I can be nice, I can scroll and say, I don't like it, but I'm going to keep on going, right? But I do notice it a lot. And I don't know if it's because I'm a Black woman, but I do notice it a lot from us. I don't know if it's more, but I notice it a lot from us. And some of that tells me it has a lot to do with jealousy, low self-esteem, right? Really no knowledge of self, insecurities, a whole lot of stuff. Because I always wonder, who would I have to be to get on the internet and just bully people? Because in a sense, that's what that is, right? Bullying people. But then again, out of the other side of our mouth, we'll say, oh, we're the most disrespected and unprotected. But then I guess we don't count, right? When we're doing it to each other. I don't know. So I want to have this conversation with you all and see how you feel about this. I don't want to go too far, as I sometimes do, and I end up getting in trouble, kind of. Anyway, let me go into the comment section. Hopefully you all had a chance to see the video, but Miss Kelly Price was not happy. All right, so Vanessa says we have to watch our mouths when we're on the internet, then people love when we're at odds with each other. Yeah, that is true, right? And like I said, I'm 54. I don't care that people know I'm 54 or whatever the case is. But I just feel, especially at being big and grown, if you will, at what point do we outgrow the silliness? At what point do we outgrow back and forth? And I still see people get on Facebook, because Facebook is like the older people's social media, right? That's our form of social media. We have TikTok and Instagram, but as older folks, Facebook seems to be our go-to. And I'll still see grown people, like triple OGs, having Facebook beefs. And it's like, why? Why are you getting up there and all your business out and everybody else's business, and your mama, your daughter, the lady across the street, the man? Why? Like, for me, maybe because I am an older woman, I just feel like that's so undignified, so undignified to be on the internet fighting with people. And more than likely, you're fighting with people you don't know. So that's just kind of weird to me. I don't know. But you're right. It is a black eye when they other people, right, see us doing that. Yeah, Brother Reggie, that's the clean way of saying, Mr. Johnson's Mr. Johnson. Let's see, patience. It says, but I get it. It'll be better than everyone seeing too much. Okay. Lisa, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Buckhorse says, also, Miss Queen K, I'm shifting loot. Everybody going to get paid. Is that what you mean? All right. I know that's right. Yeah, Tracy said Kelly is hypocritical. Yes, I've heard all about her, but I also saw a lot of people saying, well, does it invalidate what she's saying? Like, if I'm posting a picture or video of me, then I invite you, even if I am nasty, right? Or I've been nasty in the past or whatever. Like, again, I don't follow Kelly. Does it give anybody the right to get under my photo or my video and just bully me? And I know you're not saying that. I'm just asking some questions. Where is that? Where does that make it right? Like, who died and made anybody, gave them the position to bully? Because that's what it is. And I don't think we as black women, I'm speaking to us as black women, I'm not saying this to all of us or only us, but I don't think we have that conversation enough about how we are bullies. Because we always talk about how everybody's messing with us, but we never really just give it a full-throated conversation about how we bully. I think in some cases, and I think it was Shahrazad Ali, she says the Black woman, this is a while back, said hasn't really been examined, right? It's kind of like you taboo, one of those type of taboo things you can't really say nothing about Black woman or, off with your head type of thing. So anyway. Bobby says, worst thing she said was to respond because they really going to talk bad about her now. Oh, yeah, they've already started. They are, they're really in a sense proving her point. And my thing is, clearly it was so bad to where she felt like she needed to get on the internet in her bonnet, right? On the internet in her bonnet. And I don't know who was behind her. I don't know if it was her man or a kid or whatever, but they got up like, like it's about to go down, But I'd imagine it had to have been pretty bad for her to take to the internet and, really get that off of her chest. FBA brother, how you doing? Says it has to be the year of revelation because everyone who was for us is turning on us. Well, who was for us, if you don't mind me asking? And how you doing, by the way? Herschel says, tell them how you really feel. Okay. Nubian Cutie, how you doing? Says agreed. And Lisa says, but you're a woman of God. I think not. Well, she did say, God is still working on me, right? She said, don't get it twisted. Says she was born on the south side of Jamaica, but I think she meant Jamaica, Queens, because that's where she's from. She says, yeah, another thing too is I'm going to say this. I think too, I don't know, people hold Christians, I guess, to a higher standard. That because you're a Christian don't mean you're perfect, right? As she said, God is still working on me. But I get what you're saying. African Native, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Tracy said somebody get this woman a damn cheeseburger. I don't think it's about a cheeseburger. I really don't. I don't think it's about a cheeseburger. I think it's about you came under my comment section with the foolishness. That's what I think it's about, And I don't know if you're necessarily saying that, Tracy, but I think sometimes we really dismiss how people feel. And I think with the World Wide Web, people, like she said, they think they can become thumb thugs, right? And they can say and do whatever they want to do to people. And it's like she said, but if I catch you outside per se, then it's going to be a whole different story. Now, we've seen that, unfortunately, a lot where people get caught slipping outside after they was, thumb thugging it up. But I don't know if it's necessarily that she needs a cheeseburger. I just think she's probably like, yo, you guys are doing a lot right now. So I don't know. FBA Queen, how you doing? Says Kelly, you can be canceled, girl. I will make sure that I will not spend my FBA dollars on her. Yeah, I mean, to each his own, right? Sometimes people are like, I don't care if you cancel me or not. As Kelly said, I was eating before the internet, right? And I'm paraphrasing. She gonna eat after the internet. You got to remember, Kelly has been a thing for a long time. So I'm sure she got a little bit of money, but I don't think people's tongues basically should be bridled for fear of being canceled because she's basically saying, hey, you guys are doing a lot. Calling me fat slobs. I can't dress like why. Did I ask it? Be different if she asked, right? She says, how do you like my outfit? Do you think I need to wear a girdle? That'd be a different story. But calling people fat slobs and stuff, I mean, at what point do those people get canceled? I think that's a good question too. When do the bullies get to be canceled? Just asking. Nubian Cutie says we need to do better. It be our own. Yeah. Common man, how you doing? Here you go. Guns Tip, how you doing? Long time no see. 48 TCO, how you doing? Says what in the bad built SpongeBob SquarePants is going on here? You better stop it. Herschel says sounds like someone triggered her. Yeah, there's a lot of people under the comment section. Sounds like she had to turn the comment section off. So yeah. Albie Chill says I met her in Columbus, Ohio. She was cool, had a humble spirit. Yeah, I've seen some people say that they met her, she wasn't nice, or I saw somebody says it was just her. She had a dark aura. I'm like, what are you, like a psychic or something? I don't know. Kevin, how you doing? What, Buckhorse? Tell us how you really feel. Okay. FBA brother, he says she shrunk her brain. 48 TCO says they called that woman Bigfoot. I'm dead. Yeah, I mean, bullying. Herschel says all the clapback, and Gunstip says it will rain. She should know that. Yeah, but you know what though? People are human. Because it will rain per se doesn't mean that I should just stand under there without an umbrella and just let all the rain mess up my hair, my clothes, because the rain, right, is coming. People are human. They're allowed to say how they feel. they're allowed to say, hey, I don't like that, but unfortunately, I don't know. We live in a society where people just feel like, well, because I should just be able to say what I want about you and you should like it. And if you don't like it, well, then, you're a horrible person. It's like, I have a right to not like it. I've always heard, and you guys have heard it too, you don't get to dictate how a person responds to your foolishness and disrespect. In a perfect world, I guess we could, right? Okay, I'm going to disrespect you, and you're going to sit there and like it. That's not how that works. Because I know there's a lot of us would not be all right with being disrespected. We do the Tasmanian devil. I know in my heyday I would have. I'm just being honest with you. Patience says, so I do agree with a degree won't get you to the kingdom, but that was pretty nasty. But now I do understand more why she is clapping back. Yeah, and I guess I don't know who was under there, but it sounds like maybe some highfalutin women, I don't know, under her comment section. And she basically, said your degrees won't get you into heaven or any of that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Old man Jesus, how you doing? Says these damn immigrants. Oh wait, what? You know what? Kev, how you doing? Says she should have made sure she is set apart instead of bringing herself down to address them hyenas. Yeah, sometimes people got to get the razor blades and lemon juice, right? Because they'll keep playing with you. Now, of course, as somebody said, they'll keep on because, again, people think that they have the right to bully. But, sometimes it's hard to bite your tongue. Sometimes it's hard to, as Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. So that's kind of hard to do sometimes, right? Sometimes people just want to be left alone, If you don't like the way I sing, the way I dress, keep it to yourself. Sherry, how you doing? Says this new generation is different from us. They say and do things we never do. They are classless. I agree with that to a degree, but I think a lot of the new generation have learned some of that behavior from us, right? Now, my generation, we didn't have the internet up until, the internet came. I remember when we got a microwave. We're like, oh my God, we got a microwave, a VCR, right? A Betamax or whatever it was. I remember those things. But something tells me a lot of the girls and the women that are doing it now, they might have heard their mama, who this hussy thinks she is, and she just, I've heard stories, okay, even at the church, people gossiping and talking about sister so-and-so and all kind of stuff, right? So sometimes them same girls that's doing it now, they sit up and watch they messy mamas and grandmamas, aunties and all that doing that. So yeah. Braided girl, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Brother Rady says the most nasty, disrespectful. Wow, ooh, I'm so behind. Miss Sweets, how you doing? Hope that you're doing well. Bakari, what is going on with you? Let's see here. Ernest says I can't even say I disagree. That's not easy to say, but it says because I love Black women, but the truth is the truth, and if the shoe fits, they have to wear it and change their ways. Yeah, and again, it's not all Black women. There's a lot of upstanding Black women who do not behave that way. They have some sense, right? They know when to keep their mouth shut when it's none of their business. They know how not to bully people. They know how to scroll by things that they don't like. They might have to be able to say, I sure hate it to themselves, right? But they're not, who banging all on the internet on people and just doing the most. That's what ladies do. Ladies are like, that's so undignified. That behavior is so undignified. I would never, Common Man says, be careful, Demetri, or they will be coming for you. I ain't scared. I know how to fight. Don't let anything fool you about me. I'm just playing. Thank you, Miss Sweets, for asking everybody to hit the like button. I appreciate you. Let's see. And Tracy says, every group does the same thing. I'm so tired of us always allegedly being us. Didn't say it wasn't us. And not saying it was just us. I'm addressing us because Kelly Price addressed us. But see, that's the other thing too, Tracy. I love you. Yes, I do. Love you. But we have to be able to talk about Black women sometimes. I'm just saying. I never said, listen, I've been a Black woman a long time. As you can see with the gray hair, I've been a Black woman my whole life. But sometimes we got to be able to hold the Black woman's feet to the fire, even if it's just for 5 minutes. You say something about a Black woman, it ain't just, it's everybody else too. And then I'm talking about us right now. I'm not saying it's all of us. I'm not saying it's you. I'm not saying it's me. I'm just having a conversation. But sometimes we gotta, like I tell my daughter sometimes, I said, it is said about y'all generation, you can't say nothing to y'all. Can't say nothing to y'all. Because y'all getting mad. Not my daughter, I'm just saying her generation. Y'all get mad. I know how you don't say nothing to me. Can't, and then so therefore people don't say nothing. I will say something, but you know how they act. You can't say nothing to them. So we as Black women, we got to lose that. I'm one of those people, God rest my mama soul, she'll tell you I did not like criticism at all. But I was smart enough to say, no, I don't like it. But is what's being said about me true? And if it was true, then I dealt with that. And we got to learn how to do that as Black women. I never said it was all. I didn't say it was only. I'm talking about us right now. That's all I'm saying. Vanessa says, saying all of this into the camera is not the way to go. We all heard the saying, it's better to remain silent and thought of food than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. Yeah, I heard that. But then that don't just apply to her, right? That applies to people with their thumbs as well, because who are these people in the comment section to be in and telling everybody what they need to be doing with their life and what you need to be wearing, how many sit-ups you need to be? Who are they? Right? So that applies to everybody. One who cares, how you doing? Separation Nation, what's going on? Long time no see. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. FBA Queen says, are you sure Black women are calling you ugly? There are lots of trolls out there. You are beautiful, Queen. Listen, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Listen, I'm a little bit too heavy to fly. Okay. Oh, yes. You can see it on African Diaspora News Channel comments. They're all over the internet, right? TikTok. It doesn't bother me. That kind of stuff don't bother me at all. I promise you it does not bother me, because it's like, that's all you got, that I'm ugly. Hell, we all ugly to somebody. Beyonce is ugly to a lot of people, not me. Okay. But I'm saying there's some people out there that's like, ew, Beyonce, right? So that kind of stuff don't bother me. But that comes from people who don't feel good about themselves, because people who feel good about themselves don't need to run around calling everybody else ugly. Cynthia, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Trace says, I didn't even know she was still doing concerts. Yeah, I mean, she still is. Buckhurst says, we're legendary people, ain't no doubt. Yes, indeed. 48 TCO says, Mr. Mitra, they may say stuff about you, but they can't say you're bad built or unattractive. I've seen you in real life. The haters, Ms. D. Yeah, but I don't take anything personally. Thank you for that. I don't take anything personally. I really don't. I read a book, The 4 Agreements. It says the same person that is tell you that you're ugly or you're the worst person in the world, 5 minutes later say, well, you're the best person in the world. You are such a great person. Don't believe them, because they'll talk about you how they out of how they feel, right? So I never take anything personally. And Bakari, did I say hello to you? If not, hello. I saw your name, but I didn't mean to skip you. Chocolate Bunny, how you doing? Says the only thing you do is take accountability away from Black women in certain situations like pregnancy, but I still love you. He said, I take accountability away from Black women during pregnancy. If you don't mind expounding on that, I don't want to speculate. JJ Morris, how you doing? Meshka, what's going on with you? Says Dr. King quotes, sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity are dangerous. Yes, indeed. All right, let me skip down because I really didn't realize how behind I am. Tyrone, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Tracy says, Dimitri, most of my posts are missing Black folks. Yes, when I am on internet and I see your posts, yes, they are. So you're like me. I don't really get on there with all the foolishness. I just post something that I might see funny or like somebody who's missing, but all that other stuff, I just get on and I get off. Loves Catherine. How you doing? Says, hello, Demetra. I don't deal with mean, negative, or cantankerous people, period. Me either. I stay away from them because they do have nasty, ugly spirits, and that's to the bone. I'm not talking about how they look, but it's ugly to the bone. And some of those people will never change. So I just stay away from those type of people. I don't like drama. I don't like foolishness. I don't like mess. I don't like none of that, right? I never have. Anybody who's ever known me all the way back from in the gap, right? They'll tell you, Demetra does not like mess. I don't do peer pressure. I don't do getting on teams because we hate this person. We hate that person. If you hate this person and you hate that person, I'm out of it, right? I like you. I like you. Y'all hate each other together, but it ain't got nothing to do with me, right? So yeah, our brother already says the Big Hat Church gang thugging it out in them Facebook streets. Oh, come on now, they are. Beverly says, I'm not going to be on your channel if I'm going to put you down. Shame. Yeah, well, people, like I said, I understand a lot of people are dealing with other things that have nothing to do with me. They don't know me, right? So I don't take it personally. People have a lot of things that they're dealing with. Mr. South Carolina, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Common Man says Facebook is for older people 60 and over. He says who are still in high school in their heads. You know what? That's a good description. Herschel says I can be guilty of some pointed replies occasionally. Okay, well, at least you're honest. Gunstippy says bully. Yeah, I think that's a perfect word for what a lot of people do to other people on the internet is bully. And I don't think they really think that because they think it has to be face to face, right? Like, you give me your lunch money, right? They think that form of bullying, but people bully all day long on the internet. People they don't even know. See, I just block people. Yeah. Miss Weisha says bullying is not good, especially other Black women. It's not. And I just really don't think we have that conversation often. Albie Chill says, I think it's a mass emotional manipulation. These people study the ways of Edward Bernays. Come on now. He says, when advertising and creating these social sites to us knowing the algorithm will manipulate emotions. Absolutely. Like I said, if I got on here all the time talking about the degradation, the twerking and the this and the that and the underbelly of Black society, golly, I had the views to show. If I did like the Hodge twins and Officer Tatum and all them suckers, man, I'd be on the beach somewhere. I wouldn't get in the water though, but I'd probably lay on the sand and just do nothing but just, post foolishness all day. I wouldn't, but I'm saying that kind of stuff gets people paid. So yeah, to manipulate people's emotions. All right, dear self, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. It says Kelly is always attached to drama and trauma. I think I like the morbidly obese Kelly better. Not semi-fat Kelly. Adults can be bullied. Log off. Well, damn. Okay, let me skip down just a little bit. Sorry. I see you, Gunstip. I see now on YouTube. Tyrone, you say that's what the digital matrix will do to you. Yeah, and people don't have the emotional intelligence to say, hey, you know what? I'm supposed to be grown. Knock it off, right? They get all involved in, well, what you not gonna do? I wish I would. There's a lot of things that I would rather do than to be on the internet beefing with people at this big grown age. I'm just not going to do it. Sharon, how you doing? Says, I consider the source. Yeah, that's fair. Patrice says, yes, who is for us besides Yahweh and Yahshua? I think I said that right. And I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm so behind. Okay. Polo Styles, how you doing? Says Kelly Price, grandparents are from Barbados. She's not FBA. Yeah, I saw something like that. I don't know. She's FBA. Something about her dad or mom or something was over the church of something Barbados, but she's born in Jamaica, Queen. So that's all I said. I don't know her lineage. Window, how you doing? Says exactly. Keep it pushing. I only support things that people I believe in and like. He says, why are you even coming to the picnic? For why? Because you came for the drama and the low vibrations. That is. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Okay, I'm going to skip down, then I'm going to catch back up. Our brother Jay, how you doing? Says, good evening, Sister K. They better leave my sister alone. Also, it's not surprising because I passed out over 250 books, How to Eat to Live, at my job for no money. And that is really an admirable thing to do, as those are great books. I have both of them from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live, right? Great tools. So, yes. All right, let me skip down. MC Fact says people can't take the internet seriously to the point of wanting to physically assault someone and risking being arrested. But see, the other thing is too, you don't know who you messing with. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying you don't know who you're messing with. You have no idea who you're messing with. You know, there's people who have taken their own lives because you don't know what they're going through on the other side of that screen, right? There's people who really just, it's crazy. Like, I don't follow blogs. I unfollowed blogs a long time ago. I think I've unfollowed them all because I don't like the comment section. I don't like the things that they post because you'll see some of the nastiest comments, judgmental people, and the comment section, they're perfect, right? They got it all together. They're Jesus damn near, where they sit up and tell everybody how effed up their life is and all this other stuff. So Cynthia says, Demetria, believe me, the hate is real, and you are right. Some Black women are so jealous, hateful, mean, and ruly toward each other. Is very disturbing and hurtful to me. Yeah, it's self-hate is what it is, right? It's jealousy and self-hate, and it's sad. Nubian Cutie says, us black women can be vicious, but I hate when it's unwarranted. And when we do this to our own, we have to get some clarity in the house. Yeah, we got to get some self-love. Yes. What FBA Queen says that you said I get called flat booty, I move on. Yeah, well, everybody ain't trying to be running around with here with no baller collar, big old pumpkin booty. No shade to pumpkin booties, okay? But everybody don't want that. You know, some people just want a nice butt. You know, and flat butts to me look better in couture, right? Nice clothing. Because, you know, when you got a big old giant butt, no shade to the giant butts. Sometimes certain things don't look right? It look like you got two pigs fighting in the blanket. No shade. I'm just saying, right? So ain't nothing wrong with flat booty. And we got to unlearn that too. Not you, but society, when you talking about, you know, she got a flat butt. That's why I got a lot of women going and getting, you know, shots and BBLs and all kind of stuff, because somewhere they've learned that, oh, my booty is not good enough. There's a brother out there that like a flat booty or a flat turd booty. Some brothers out there don't want to have to work with all of that. I'm just saying. All right, let me see who else is on here that I have not seen, because I know I'm so behind. Gunstippy says bullying though, Lady D. Yeah, that's what it's called, bullying. Where are we confused? It's called bullying when you call people names, you judge them, and all kind. That's bullying, because who in the hell died and made you God to where you can be telling people how they look and what they need to be doing, and you this and you that, and usually somebody sitting up behind a can of sardines and crackers on the internet that's about to get cut off if they don't find their internet money by tomorrow, and they telling everybody else how they should be moving and singing and doing this, that, and the other. See, I've always heard people with small minds, they sit up and they do stuff like that, right? They bully people. But people who got something going on, they talk about ideas, right? They ain't got time to be on the internet talking about, well, your feet and how you sound. And because it's always, not always, okay? I want to be careful. It's usually losers talking about what winners or people who are trying to win should be doing. That's a bully. Bullies do that because they are not secure mentally, emotionally, and anything else in their gifts and talents that they were given. So instead of going to work on themselves, they'll say, well, I'm going to sit up and bully people and bring them down to how I feel. Not to where they are, but to how they feel. If I could make that person feel as bad as I do right now, then all right then. That's bullying. So I don't know where we're getting our wires crossed. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Maybelline. Bobby says, why she say that? Did she finish high school? I don't know what Kelly Price has done, but I mean, I think she got enough money for it not to matter. I'm just saying. Truther, how you doing? It says they have no. Ooh. Tracy says we didn't have internet when I said what I said. And what? Okay. LG Universe, how you doing? Says, what would Aretha do? Now, Aretha was shady as well. I don't know if you've seen any interviews with Aretha, but Aretha wasn't no punk at all. Aretha didn't sit up and just take any and everything. Google it. Go on YouTube and find, Aretha, reading people. She was nice, nasty, of course, because she's a lady, right? But she didn't put up with any and everything people did. Dionne Warwick, too. I ain't seen her on X in a while, but when she was on it like a year ago, oh, man, the auntie, the great auntie, did not play. See, we think because we don't see black women or, some of these classy women, per se, acting a donkey everywhere, that they just put up with it. Nah. Might be a little nice, nasty, but I'm not going to be out here cursing and acting a donkey. But yeah, trust me, I've seen Aretha. R.I.P. to her. All right, so let's see. Who haven't I seen? I promise you I'm going to catch back up. Pop, you right on time. You better behave. How you doing? African Native says, if you love your mother, you should love black women, black queens forever. Yeah, but, unfortunately, sometimes we have issues with our mamas. Brother Reddy says, internet bullies are cowards. Back in my day, pre-internet, you had to say it to a person's face. We was outside for real, okay? Your day was my day as well. See, we made people line it up talk your stuff now. You know, but now people all, you know, brave on the internet. Yep. Let's see. No, Tracy, I know you didn't say. I said I was just giving it context, and I know I'm behind in the comment section, so forgive me. Yes, Polo Style, she may be generalizing. I think she just was sick of the ish, you know. Sharon says, I don't check to see what people are saying because I don't put a lot of value in most people's opinions. I notice how they are quick to judge without knowing the facts. Yeah, that's how they get down, right? The facts aren't important. Are you kidding me? Miss Sweet says, yes, Demetri, we should be able to hold each other accountable, especially us Black women. Absolutely. Darker the Berry, how you doing? Says, oh, please. She is the same Black woman acting a fool with Shantae Moore on reality TV show. I think, you know, being on a reality TV show, you probably act a donkey. I don't watch reality TV shows. I think the last maybe reality TV show that I watched was the original Atlanta Housewives and then the Orange County Housewives. But then when they got to acting crazy, I was like, oh, hell no. Right? So what I understand the nature of a reality shows is to earn your spot for next season, sis. Right? So that entails them to be acting crazy. Like I said, no well-behaved lady is going to be on no reality show. They want the dirt. They want the gossip. They want the hair pulling and, you know, barking up in evening gowns, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. And I like Shantae Moore. Okay, let's see. Let me skip down. Oh, gosh. Don says sometimes we have to come to Jesus moment. Yeah. And come to Jesus and sit. Just sit there for a while, you know. I see you all. How you doing? Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Who else haven't I seen? Tyrone says, in the house. What up? Everything. I appreciate that, Miss Sweets. Thank you. African Native says, YouTubers use derogatory to give views. They have to. I don't say they have to, but it's kind of the nature of the algorithm. And it's the nature of the viewer, not y'all, of course, but the nature of the viewers on YouTube. Most people want that now. They want the derogatory. They want the fights and the, you know, the mudslinging and the Black men ain't this and the Black women ain't. They want that. And they want it often. It's like they want it like a lion wants raw red meat. Maybe they don't realize it. And so most YouTubers who are on here to get paid, right? They like, well, damn, shit, I ain't getting no checks by, well, so today we're going to talk about how to do great things in life. Ain't nobody going to show up for that, right? But if they talking about all the dirt in the world that happened that day, then yeah, they're going to get paid. So it's a vicious cycle. It is. Cynthia says, Demetri, thank you so much for addressing this issue. Now some Black women are going to be mad, nasty, and talking on the offensive side. They'll be all right. They will. Common Man says, yep, no matter what you do, there's no pleasing people like that. Don't waste your time. Well, you know, it's my job. It's my job as an older woman, you know, auntie. I don't have any grandchildren yet, but an auntie. I'm a great auntie. It's my job. It's my job to use the wisdom and things that I've learned to try to teach that. I know everybody won't listen. There was a time when I didn't listen, you know, and I thought I knew everything, right? And then I learned that I didn't. But it's my job. I know, you know, everybody's not going to take what I'm saying to heart, or some people are going to think, oh, I'm being messy and all. I've really gotten past the point of caring like that. If I just reach one person, I'm okay with that. Mashin, I hope I said the right. How you doing? Says disrespectful. Do you think Cardi B's reported incident has something to do with Kelly Price, Hollywood, pinatas with Aunt Jemima? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what Cardi B has to do with this. Yeah. Exquisite, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Who else haven't I seen? Ahmad, what's going on with you? Michelle in the building. Hope that you're doing well. Bobby says, why is she on there if she can't stand the heat? I should be able to be on anywhere, the stage, the internet, and not have the heat. Why do we have more heat smoke for the person that can't stand the heat than we have for the people that's bringing the heat? See, I hate that, right? I get the premise of it, right? If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen, right? If it's too hot in here for you, don't be up in here. But sometimes the heat is unwarranted, So I don't know if that really applies. Like if I'm minding my black business on my page, doing what I'm doing, and you watch to see yourself over there, and then you have the heat for me. Why do I have to stand there? That's almost saying like you need to just take what people do to you. You take that, take that. Maybe it's too soon. But, you know, it's like saying you got to put up with what people give to you because you're a celebrity. If you can't take the heat, then you should just, you shouldn't be a celebrity. It's like they have feelings too. You know what I mean? I don't know. Good vibes only. How you doing? See, how you dating yourself? Talking about who's Kelly Price. She's an R&B and gospel singer. Pop, I knew he wasn't going to act right. I already knew. Pamela, how you doing? Long time no see. How you doing? Oh, Tracy, don't go to the store. Come back. Yes, Miss Sweets, How to Eat to Live is a great book by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Avenge Your Ancestors, how you doing? Yes, indeed. Hope you're doing well. One box of one. How you doing? Thank you so much for that. He says, just keep it organic. As for being attractive, you are attractive. High definition imagery has messed up a lot of immature minds. Well, thank you. And I think I get what you're going with that, like the filters and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, some people don't like how they look, you know, and that's fine. I don't have any criticism for people who wear filters and things like that. You know, if that's what makes them feel beautiful, then I want that for them, right? But thank you. Nubian Cutie says, right, you never know what people are going through. You don't. I mean, like Chadwick Boseman, for example. Y'all remember Black Panther? R.I.P. to him. He died of, I think it was colon cancer, and everybody was, oh my God, I didn't know, because he didn't tell nobody, right? But before that, people was bullying him, calling him all kinds of stuff, because, you know, when you have cancer, you lose a lot of weight, right? But he didn't tell anybody. Like, even, sounds like some of the people who were his good friends, they didn't know. He just kind of like up and died. And then a lot of people are like, oh my God, we were bullying him, we were calling him names and all kind of stuff. And nobody knew he was fighting for his life. But see, that's what happens. You know, people just be saying anything and not even wondering what people are going through. So perhaps, I don't know where he was in his head. I mean, fighting cancer is a lot. But perhaps he went to the grave with some of the vitriol people have for him. What's wrong with him? Oh, he needs to eat. Oh, this, that, and the other. Oh, he looked terrible. The man was fighting cancer. You know? So we gotta think. Gotta think before we speak. You know? I don't understand that nature, but in a way I do. I don't know. Window, he says, yes, the Insta and YouTube funnels will take you straight to the dark side of the cesspool. You ain't lying. Stay away from there. Miss Sweet says, I love my flat booty men do. There you go, right? Common Man says, yeah, Demetri, there are people who see these blogs as companionship and they take their own lives when words hurt. Yeah, because you don't know where they are, here or here, you know? Brother Jay says, he says, I think you seen stories about those BBLs that they don't be smelling right. My wife doesn't need no BBL. I ain't been that close to nobody with no BBL. I honestly, I haven't been that close to anybody with BBL. See if they smell. I don't know how true that is. I've heard, but I don't know how true it is. I mean, even people with no BBLs can smell sometimes, right? LG says, I suffer from no acetol, and that's okay. That's okay. There's a lot of clothes you can wear that looks really good, right? As my grandmother used to say, streamline. You're streamlined, you know? See, Brother Reddy says, as long as you got something to squeeze, you good. You crazy. Patience, you say, it's bullying. How could it not be? I know, I'm confused too. Buckhorse says, if you locked up, you going love a black period. I guarantee, and I think you missed some words, but okay. Nubian Cutie says, I love my little booty. There you go. Love your little booty. Let's make that a movement. Love little booties, you know? One box, one of one. You say, be looking like they have two water balloons on the side of their hips. False binds. Yeah. I mean, big booties matter too, right? Pop says, my neighbor has Macy Gray size feet. What the hell does that mean? Don't believe me, media. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Who said it? How you doing? Says Kelly Price sugar must was low because she was out of line. So you think she was out of line? You think she was out of line, or you think she was just like had it up to here? You know, she was just fed up. As I said, it must have been pretty bad. She cut the comments off, so I don't really know. I didn't go and look myself, but I heard she cut the comments off. So it must have been pretty bad. And I think that it'd have to be for a person to get on the internet, like I said, at night, and they bonded and say, hey, listen up. You know, I don't know. But please tell me why you think she was out of line. And Nebulin, I hope I said that right. He says, my amazing Nana said empty cans make the most noise. You ain't lying. Empty wagons, all of that. You're right. I totally agree with you. Dream Being Queen, how you doing? Says, as a Black woman, I want to thank you for covering this topic. It is my pleasure. I mean, somebody got to do it. You know, I'm not trying to be offensive and make people mad. I'm a Black woman. I've always been that, right? But if we can't speak to each other, then who can speak to us? I don't know. Common Man says here and Patti LaBelle had a lot of issues. Are you talking about her and Patti LaBelle? So Aretha, is that who it is? And I'm sure they wasn't, you know, they was probably nice, nasty, but again, they probably didn't do it all on the internet too, right? But I have seen interviews of Aretha, and yeah, good vibes. He says Nina Simone dissed people gracefully. Yes, she did, right? Queen Adaya, how you doing? Long time no see. Hope that you're doing well. And Nebulani say they want classy women to act Black. Equalizing you is a debate tactic. Okay. XXXXXXXXX. How you doing? He says, Master, you want to get blocked? Do you want to be blocked? You can read. I know you can read. You know what that says under my name. I'm going to be nice, though. Exquisite says, same here, Demetri. I watched the first season of ATL, then stopped. Yeah, Housewives, they got a little off the chain. Pop says, why is Nene Leakes such an attractive old 304s? What? Who said it? Says Kelly Price was not the greatest personality on the reality show, so I can see her crashing out and blaming everyone and everything. Yeah, but calling her fat and sloppy and she can't dress, she got big feet under her post is not nice. Right? Kevin says, like Mike Tyson, social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. Yep. See, that punch in the face will rearrange your understanding, right? That's when you're like, oh, I might want to mind my pints and quarters, right? Fred is back. How you doing? He says, you know, I was just kidding yesterday. I know you were just playing. I've often said that to Halle Scary, right? I know you was just playing. Trust me, I got a very thick skin. None of this stuff bothers me. Honestly, it doesn't. If you get to know me long enough, you know that I can be pretty silly. I like to joke and play, all of that, right? So I don't let any of that get under my skin. I know you were just playing, because I said that if anybody was to portray me in a biopic of myself, it should be Halle Berry. And of course, he says Halle Scary. Don't need. How you doing? Aries Roman, how you doing? Says Black women need to be honest about their behavior and where they fall in society. Well, you know, in society, we are up here, right? We are queens. We are all that. But yes, we do need to sometimes monitor our behavior, you know, and that's just us as Black women. I don't care about what white women doing, Asian women, Mexican women. I don't care about what they doing, because we should be holding ourselves to a higher standard. Because you know why? Our grandmamas and our great grandmamas and them, they was the standard, right? White women, everybody's like, oh, can you come work for me? Your children are so clean. You know, y'all saw The Color Purple. That was real life, right? Both of my grandmamas were domestics. They was nannies, taking care of white folks' children, right? Cleaning their homes and cooking and all that other stuff. They ain't gonna get no other white woman to do it. They got Black women to do it, because they knew Black women, you know, were the example. They wanted Black women like my grandmamas around their children, raising their children, right? All of that. So I'm just saying, we still are the standard. We just got to do a little tweaking, you know. But I don't think we should ever be remiss in that. Black women are the standard, period. So yeah. Nubian Kitty says, gotta be dramatic, boring. People like me get fired. I got it. Let's see. Yes, online guns tip. Where's the confusion? Cynthia says Miss Franklin didn't play when it came to black women's disrespect and talking down on her. Remember, she had Wendy Williams on Pins and Needles. Yeah, I've seen some interviews of Aretha Franklin. She was not to be played with. Anonymous one, how you doing? Says no worries. You are pretty, Miss Demetra. Oh, thank you. It says you're inventive on your channel, Miss Lady. Just people need to be better to each other, regardless of race and color. Is God's way. Amen. Yeah, we just need to be nice. My mom used to always say that. Just be nice. It's just that simple. Just be nice. Some people, it's just like, you know, kryptonite to be nice. It's like, it hurts. I want to be nice, but it hurts, right? You can't give a person a compliment. You know, you look nice today. They act like it's like water to a witch. Oh, I'm going to melt if I have to tell somebody they look nice. Because if I tell them they look nice, then it's going to mean that I don't look nice. Okay. Well, thank you. November, how you doing? And Sherry Stone, how you doing? It says Cardi B ain't black. Yeah, she's reminded us of that. She's a Afro Latina or something like that. November says, I done caught the end, but I agree with Kelly. Black women out of line too are the worst to be under in the workplace. She ain't lying. Hey, Mr. Mitra, and I've said that too. The two of the people I would never want to work for ever again in life is a white woman and a black woman. Now, I know there's some nice black women out there. I know there's some nice white women out there. I just ain't work for none of them. Okay. The black woman gonna remind you, oh yeah, master gave me the keys to this. And you gonna do what I say do. Right? And white women, whew, they don't care how they talk to you and none of that, right? They nasty. My stress level was through the roof working for both of them. So I'm like, hell to the no. Okay. I'll get out there and dig ditches and collect cans before I do that. I ain't gonna be putting myself through that kind of stress no more. But I'm just telling y'all my experience. Black Wolfie said black women are extremely disrespectful. Not all, but some, right? Some, not all. Let's see. I see that I'm almost out of time. G Code, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Thank you. Sister Shirley says, don't laugh, Demetra. I myself don't know who Kelly Price is. For real? Oh, yeah, she's, I was going to say big, but she was chart topping in the early 2000s. I think the 90s, right? She's a gospel singer and R&B singer. Brother Reddy says, be happy with the filter you got from God. There you go, right? Yeah. William, did I say hello to you? Not hello. He says, why finger means scolding? I don't know what that means. Queen of Dia says, that's why people should keep their mouth off of Yisrael, so God, right? Albie Chill says, goes back to the word empathy. People don't even spell empathy. You know what I mean? People don't even know what that means, clearly, right? Rans, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see who else came on here before I get out of here. I will be back here tomorrow, our Friday of the week, right? It's our last day of the week. Education is key. How you doing? Says, this girl got a BBL on my job and God has mask for real. Like I said, I ain't never been around nobody with a BBL like that, so I don't know. And God knows I wouldn't be that close. Not me. So let's see. Miss Weeze, I don't know about that. I got to go to the gym, right? Go to the gym for this so-called BBL. I'm trying to go right now, but I got kind of tired, so we're gonna pray about that one. Sister Shirley says she better learn how to ignore them people that will get the best of them. Yeah, you have to learn how to do that, but I just think she's probably just, maybe she just had enough. Maybe she'll regret it, but I think in that moment she was like, I'm good, So let's see. Thank you, Miss Sweets. I appreciate you. Tracy, are you back from the store? What did you bring me? Said Demetri, I heard you when you said, oh, don't go to the store. Demetri, you're so behind. I could have been kidnapped. I know, right? I got to get better at catching up. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how I just really just want to make sure that I see everybody's comment. Dale, how you doing? Says she was big, but not super big. No, she was super big at one point in time. She was a big lady. Speed, how you doing? Says we could all follow the golden rule, do unto others as we would have them do unto you. Yep, you're absolutely right. So I got to the bottom. Anyway, Original American, how you doing? Y'all hear I'm starting to lose my voice. Cynthia says, Demetri, I have a cleaning company, and I hate to say it, but I refuse to clean for a lot of Black women. I used to clean houses before, And it was all the women. It was Indians, Asians, white, black, massacre, all of them. Horrible, right? I used to clean houses and I'm like, get somebody else to do it. Anyway, I love it. Appreciate every last one of y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.